Some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Trojans will kick it away to start us off. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the ball's racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll give it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season. And that's exactly what you wanted from this offense, man. Just breathe a little bit easier, created a little bit of space by getting that first down. Now I wonder, now does this open it up? Does this give us a chance?
Oh, he's got some space. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one, was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow, he is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
The Vols are on the move. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He'll do it himself. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field and the offense will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
First quarter, first drive, first strike delivered, and it's the defense that comes up with the big play. Talking to the defensive coordinator, he felt really good about his pass defense, and he wasn't lying. Interception interception on the first drive. Great possession.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Wide receiver going in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the first down.
And they always got one of these. A big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heismans.
To the air on first down. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Hit as he throws. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. He wants to throw it again. Under fire. Steps away to find some room. Caught near the sideline. It's York. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Talking to coaches coming into this football game, he said he's got to keep his quarterback upright, got to protect him. If they give him time, he can do some damage. But so far, man, he's been hit early. He's been hit often. They've got to do a better job of protection up front.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Flicks it out of the air. He's brought down right at the 13-yard line. Still a ways to go to make it to the line to gain. Let's see what they do on 4th. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Boy, they had that last drive moving 29. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
The give on the inside. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got his man in the middle. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Volunteers trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Rides the back and leaves it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
So now it's second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This one's complete. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Got a man. It's York. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Creates a little room. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. The Volunteers come to the line in the hurry up. Wants to throw on third. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Well, the field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on third and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up first and goal.
First and goal for the offense. It's complete on the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Touchdown, Volunteers! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And here he comes out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
The Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll pull it down. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. And the Trojans will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Just needs a crack to get a return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. So here is the Tennessee offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
They got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. back to pass. Rushes on him. He's going to run it.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? From the gun, wants to pass. Floating away. Grab near the marker. It's Lanning. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And the Vols will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The Vols with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. On the run, fires downfield. Complete in the middle. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? The give on the option. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Volunteers want to crank the tempo. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Touchdown, Vols! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No step back at week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Here he comes. This is a gamble. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A 1st down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's York. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They get to him as he throws.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Trojans line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll try the right side. Oh, he's got a chance. Got enough for the first down. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Volunteers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He's out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Excellent job by the kick coverage unit to keep him from getting the sideline. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Finds his man. It's Lewis. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Motion from the back. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the grab. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Well, it looks to me like the offense made some adjustments at halftime. Only 3 points in the first half. But here we go in the first drive of this third quarter. This quarterback looks locked in. Really nice throw there to pick up the first down.
They just keep firing. Got his man downfield. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the first down. And the Trojans want to move quickly. Wants to adjust the pattern. They want to throw it. The quick out. Touchdown, Trojans! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Oklahoma State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Stillwater for a long time. They're up 14 over Arkansas. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. Makes the grab. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position. And this guy for Tennessee...
There he goes. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Once somebody gets going, it's really hard not to focus on it. That running back's got this thing going. He's had a lot of success on the day. All eyes on him. What does the QB do? Uses that to his advantage. Nice job running the option, making the read, and getting a nice game.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Caught by the receiver. Picks up 9. And that's a first down for the offense.
And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. The RPO, it's complete. And he's brought down after a nice game.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Rides the back on the option to give. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Vols moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced them into 4th down. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. On 4th down, trying to find his man. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Offense in a bunch formation. Leaves it with the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Best uniforms in the sport, and a play is made befitting of those threats.
Well, this is not the format to have a debate back and forth. Not the best uniform in sports, but definitely always a lot of flash and sizzle with USC offenses.
Snagged in the middle. It's York. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Well, we knew this defense was going to be physical in this game. How about that hit on the tight end after a nice gainer preventing him from getting the first down?
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Here's a heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Here's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Got the 1st down and more. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense...
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Makes a move. He's on the loose. Wide open. It's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Trojans. He just took it the entire length of the field, end-to-end, coast-to-coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Using his legs, it's Babers. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last 2 snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Good timing on the quick out. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Volunteer! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. Is there anything this dude can't do? He's channeling his inner Condridge Holloway, Heath Schuler, or dare I say, the great Peyton Manning.
I bet he can't lead the band, Reese. I bet he's not allowed to do that. He's having himself a day, but he's not there yet. But, man, putting up some stats, doing what he wants. This offense is absolutely cooking.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it... And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Oh, they're after him. Takes a hit as he fires.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Under fire. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. He will not get it. A 4th down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more.
He's got it. Touchdown ball. And the pummeling has started.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point is good. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
And how about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football game.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. The sure hands. It's York. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
He uncorks a bullet to the right. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably
Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over. And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Shoots it to the left. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
It's so hard to get to quarterbacks when they get the ball out of their hands this fast. Great job understanding what the defense is doing, right away assessing, hitting the corner route right off the jump.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. Lets it fly. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here at the end of the game.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Off play action. Unloads to the right. He's got him wide open. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. With the catch, it's Lewis. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
So here is the Tennessee offense. To the air on first down. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Another incompletion on third down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on third and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page.
He's got it in more than enough for a first down. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play the entire...
A shot toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he makes the extra point. So they move the ball 43 yards on that drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And here he comes out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be third down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to do.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
A loss of 5 yards on the play. Fourth down coming up.
Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.